You're listening to Buck Out and Boss Up, a podcast about dance, entrepreneurship, and the challenges of being a woman in business. I'm your host, Lashanae Hibbs, owner and director of Buck Out Cleveland, MBA candidate at John Carroll University, and full-time wife. Be sure to stay tuned. You're in for a treat. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us again. Today, we have the beautiful Asia Martin. It's my sister, y'all. So we're going to be real laid back today and talk to two-time ASU Stingette captain, graduate of Alabama State University, Delta Sigma Theta sorority member, just all over professional dancer. This is my girl. We're just going to have a conversation, and we hope that you all enjoy. Welcome, Asia.
Hi.
How's life? How's everything? How's your 2019 going so far?
Man, taking it day by day. But, you know, as the days go by, I have a better vision of where I'm headed this year. So I'm excited to get into it, get it started.
That is awesome. So tell us about your dance background. Now, listen, everybody, I know about my sister, okay? This is for y'all. No, but tell us about your dance background prior to the ASU Stingettes.
Well, I started performing, outside of my living room for the first time in my church. So that was like my foundation. From there, every school I went to, like from elementary school all the way through college, I was always on some type of performance team, whether that was step team or cheerleading and, of course, dance. In elementary, I was doing step team. That was like all the way through middle school. And I didn't start really taking dance seriously until high school, when I actually got a chance to go to a magnet high school, a performing arts magnet high school. So that was the first time that I started training in ballet, jazz, modern, African, all those types of things. And I really look at that as a huge blessing, because otherwise I don't think I would have been prepared for my Stingette audition, because those were just the fundamentals that I needed to create the springboard for what is now my professional career.
And what made you say the Stingettes, this is it? This is the team that I want to audition for.
Okay, well, long story. So, you know when Drumline came out, right?
Oh my God, I think this is how my story starts too.
So I saw that movie as a little girl, and I was like, oh my gosh, like these Black girls, like they're so beautiful. They have these beautiful costumes. Like, I want to do that in college. So bam, that was one thing out of the way. I knew I was going to a HBCU. So then I started maybe like my 10th grade year in high school. I was on YouTube and just looking at all the different styles and all the different teams. And it just so happened at the time I was on my high school's majorette dance team. And our captain at the time was teaching us this count. And she was like, you guys, I want you to go and watch this video of the Alabama State University Stingettes and learn this count or whatever. So I go to the video, and it just so happens to be a video of Victoria Betts. And from that moment, it was like, who is that? Like, who is she? Like, I want to do what she's doing. Wherever she's at, that's where I'm going. And from there, like, the rest was history. Literally.
Right, yeah, literally. And so tell us, what was your biggest challenge you faced your first year as a performing Stingette?
Girl, I just wasn't ready. Like, as a whole, like, overall, it was such a shock for me going from, cutesy high school dancer to collegiate dancer. Like, you better be on your stuff, because, you know, it's a different type of pressure going from high school to college, because you have way more eyes on you. And a lot of people, like, thinking that they know you based on YouTube videos. And it's like, not only do you have to deal with the pressure to perform, you have to deal with critics. You have to deal with being a college student for the first time, being away from home for the first time, learning this whole new style of dance that you think you're ready for until you get there and they're like, nah, sis. So, yeah, like, it was just, and you know this, like, you know.
Like, I'm trying not to laugh over here.
You already know. My first year, let me just go ahead and put it out there. If this happened to you as well, don't feel bad. Because I couldn't really take it, honestly. So I ended up quitting. And luckily, thank God, my band director cared enough to call me and be like, Martin, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you not at practice? And I'm just crying. Like, I was crying every day. It was tough for me as a 17-year-old. I was the youngest.
You were.
In my freshman class. So it was really tough for me. But luckily, my sisters were very supportive, my band director and my captain. So I ended up mustering up the strength to go back to practice and just tough it out. And, you know, the outcome was beautiful.
And so you performed as a Stingit for 4 years, your entire college career, basically. How did you balance school, band, and social life?
Well, you can go ahead and cross social life off the list. So I would say after my freshman year, like during the season, I probably did like extracurricular stuff, maybe three times max during the season, because you just have so much to do, especially being that those last 2 years that I was a performance Stingit, I was a captain. So it's basically all you have time for is going to class, finding those gaps in your schedule to finish up your homework, and also utilizing those gaps to come up with choreography. Yeah, like, you really don't. And me personally, I didn't really have a desire to really go out because I was just so focused on being the best, number one, student, and number two, performer. So it's like I really didn't have the desire to be out doing anything that wasn't propelling me towards my goals, which at the time were remaining on the dean's list and being a bomb Stingit. So it kind of worked for me.
Yeah, ultimate sacrifice. So tell us, what do you think, if you can narrow it down, because I know you had a lot of moments, what do you feel like your favorite HBCU dance moment was?
Well, this is like one of my favorite questions because, I mean, before I was captain, I had a few, and I really never thought that anything in the world could top those moments. You could probably guess them, or if you go to YouTube, you'll probably see me like on videos crying. Those are the moments that I'm referring to. But then I became captain. And actually, my very favorite moment happened in, was that 2015? You know what I'm talking about.
Is that the game against Southern? Because that's my favorite moment as an alumni, like hands down.
Yes, and when I tell you, it's my favorite story to tell, because I did not know that moment was about to happen. Like, it was so perfect that it looked like it was planned. But if you go back to the video, you'll see that they start with cake. And I'm like, okay, dang, I'm about to debut this new count and they're going to play cake. All right, whatever. So, like, I do the little intro, the little do, everybody's spinning. And then they come out with "B Better Have My Money." And it's like right on cue with that count. And I'm like, as I'm doing the count, I'm like, yo, like, it's getting serious, like head whip. Like, that's what I'm thinking. And then I'm just watching out in the audience, and everybody, or the crowd, everybody's just going crazy. And you got Brittany down at the bottom jumping in the stands, and like people on the side like going crazy. It felt like a concert. It felt like that was my Beyonce moment for sure.
I mean, and I was so proud. Like I stayed across, like in between both of the bands just so I can really enjoy that fifth quarter moment. And I stood on those bleachers and I said, Asia!
Girl, yes. After that song, I was like, we did that. Like, we ain't got to do nothing else.
Time to go home.
Right.
So, out of your experience at attending Alabama State University, or basically being at an HBCU, what was your favorite thing? I guess I won't say moment, but what was your favorite thing about being at a Black university?
For me, it was the sense of community. Like, it really feels like going away for college with your cousins. Like, it was awesome because you're not going to get that same experience at a larger school or a PWI, for instance. It's like we're so close knit, like even the people that you may not know like that on that level is still like a sense of family, even with the alumni, especially like for homecomings and big games and things like that. It's just a great feeling to be surrounded by your culture. That for me was the most outstanding.
And so after you graduated, I know personally you traveled the world. You had so many different experiences. Can you shed a little light on your professional dance experience and where it's taking you thus far?
Sure. Okay. Well, I've been blessed to work in a number of different avenues pertaining to dance. Let's see, where do I begin? I have taught in the studio. I have done a nationally televised music video. I have done a movie. I've done reality TV. I have done live performance. Shout out to Keith Sweat. I have, and then my latest conquest was the cruise ship, in which I got to travel all around the world and get paid to do what I love. And, you know, that was one thing that I never thought I would do. But my my college career really prepared me to take on all the avenues of dance that I wanted to, from concert to commercial. And now I'm taking it back and I'm trying. My goal for 2019, guys, is to get into a public school system and start giving all the lessons that I received over my short career. Short, but what's the word, Lashi? Short, but
I'm not great with words.
My short, but you know what I mean. It was fulfilled. A great career.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
fulfilled.
Yeah.
My short but fulfilled career. I'm ready to start moving into another avenue where I can pour back into students. So.
And speaking of teaching or students, you launched something called Glory University over the past year. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what participants can expect from taking your online course?
Okay. Well, Glory University was inspired by my Instagram followers, actually, because you guys always DM me and you're asking things like, how do I prepare to audition for Singettes? What types of tips can you give me as a high school senior? And unfortunately, I can't always answer all of you guys' questions because usually it gets redundant and I have to end up typing the same answer over and over again. So I thought to myself, maybe I could find some kind of way to put all this information in one spot so that even if I can't get out and do a private or I can't answer your question right when you need me to, you can always go to this one spot and get all the information that you need, whether that is tips or how to do your makeup or what types of things should you be doing before you go to the audition. All those things are listed in Glory University's very first course, Slay the Audition Like a Vet. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. I've been getting some really good feedback, so it's good to know that I was able to do that for you guys. And be on the lookout for more courses coming soon.
And do you feel like this course is, I guess, can people take this course if they want to learn about auditioning for HBCU?